So you're interested in real estate in the Dominican Republic. In this video, one of my partner agents is going to be explaining an amazing investment opportunity coming up right now in the Dominican Republic. This is going to be for short-term rental and for equity gain. So what this is, just a quick rundown, it's going to be showing these projects that our partner developers in the DR are building. It's going to be showing a price breakdown sheet, where they're located, what it has to offer, and so much more. If you like what you see, or if you're looking to invest in the DR or in other areas, shoot me a text, give me a call, or send me an email. My phone number will be down below. My name is Andrew Sweet. And guys, make sure to like and subscribe and press the notification button so that you can be the first to see anytime I post any kind of real estate content. Enjoy watching this video on Dominican Republic investment opportunity.
All right. So if you are receiving this, your agent or your broker have sent you this video, and I'm doing this video to run through quickly through the three new projects that we have. Today is it is February 23rd, 2022. So if you're listening to this, this is when we're recording this. And I say this because time is of the essence. These are three new projects in the Dominican Republic, and I'm going to go through everything. And who's in charge of these projects and what we do. But I just want to let you know that these are all pre-construction projects. So the sooner you get into these short-term rental investment projects in the Dominican Republic, the sooner you'll start building equity. And obviously pricing goes up, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So first and foremost, my name is Bobby Davidowitz. I'm the International Sales Director for Beach Home Investments. So these are my two partners here you see in the picture, Biagio and Deontay. Biagio has been doing international sales for over 30 years, and he approached Deontay and myself. We are based out of Orlando, Florida, by the way, and he approached us with an opportunity to start marketing and selling different investment projects around the world. We started in the Dominican Republic because we really see a huge opportunity there, and you'll see why. But basically, we all got together. We went down to the Dominican Republic. We met with the top developer down there, and we started putting these projects together to sell to the rest of the world. And in particular, where we're at in the United States and Florida and different places, we are actually the United States arm of the developer at the moment. So we're very excited for that and very excited for that opportunity. So let's get to it. I want to basically speak to you first about how we look at these, right? So these are all investment products, right? Short-term rental, Airbnb style products, right? And the reason that we went to the Dominican Republic is because the pricing in the US is getting up there, right? Returns are getting lower. We're looking for new opportunities. The other thing is that, buying in paradise is an amazing thing, right? You get a short-term rental property, investment property, because it's attractive, because people want to go there. And what better place to go to than the Dominican Republic with the crystal water and the white sand beaches and just the beautiful landscape, and just in the tropical place of Dominican Republic. And so this is a unique product that you can buy there, and people will want to rent this out consistently. And that's why we chose the Dominican Republic. That's why we chosen these projects and this developer. So let me show you a little bit about what our framework is. So, we do not take our business lightly. I do not want to sell products that don't have the right returns, that aren't in the right place, that don't have basically what we call the Beach Home Investments 5-point investment framework. Okay. So let me go through that with you so you understand how we look at this. So number one is we're going to look at the quality of the location, right? So the quality of the location is not only the country, but also the area that the projects are in. So we're going to first analyze the actual country of the Dominican Republic so that you can understand what's going on there and why we're excited about it. So number one is many people don't know, this is actually the fastest growing economy in the Caribbean, right? So this is not, as my friend with the developer would say, it's not a banana republic. This is actually a thriving economy. It is growing. And the secret's starting to get out. And the reason I keep saying time is of the essence is because, I believe that, 5 years from now, you'll be thinking to yourself, I should have bought 5 years ago, because a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of wealthy folks have already gone into the Dominican Republic because they know it's the hot spot. But there's still a lot of room for other investors to come in and start buying properties, especially with this developer. Number two, there's a stable government. It's a democracy there. Like I said, the economy's thriving. So it's not a place, we wouldn't want to sell in a place where we felt like the government was weak and there was something crazy going on and, they could take your property. It's nothing like that, right? It's very, very stable. It's a very, very safe place. And it's a place that you would feel comfortable buying. Okay. And it happens to be the number one tourist destination in the Caribbean, just past Mexico for that award, if you will. So number one tourist destination. Why is that important? Because you're buying this so people will rent it out, and people are coming from all over the world to experience the Dominican Republic. And finally, on that same note, easy access. This is a place that has tons of major airlines coming in, tons of direct flights coming in. If you read articles about Dominican, I highly suggest you look up and Google the Dominican Republic and tourism, and read that they're a huge success story. When the pandemic hit, they've actually grown, right? They've actually attracted more and more, and they're actually their tourism is actually up farther than pre-COVID levels. So these guys are hot, and I want to make sure that people can get in as soon as possible with these projects. Okay. Now, I kind of dropped this in here because I wanted to do some research and kind of give you what somebody besides me is saying about this economy. So this is actually from the World Bank. And if you're asking why DR is growing so much, here's the reasons. Tourism is obviously a big one. Remittances, which means people sending money into the country. Foreign direct investment, that is you most likely, right? If you decide to buy here, you're a foreign direct investment, right? Mining revenues, free trade zones, and telecommunications have helped make the DR one of the fastest growing economies in Latin America, in the Caribbean region. And as of 2019, the country was on track to realize its ambition of achieving high income status by 2030. So once again, this is not a banana republic. This is a growing economy. There's money being pumped in here. People are moving here, and it's just an amazing place. And what you might not know also is if you buy a unit here of at least $200,000 or more, you have the ability to get citizenship in the Dominican Republic. So if you buy something that's $200,000 or more, you actually get citizenship, or have the opportunity to have citizenship in the Dominican Republic. So if you want that dual citizenship, this is something you want to take a look at. Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at is the quality of the area. So this goes under the location. So we were looking at a 5-point framework. The first point of the framework is location. So quality of the area. So first and foremost, myself, Biagio, my partner Deontay, as you can see, we went down there ourselves because we're not going to sell a product that we don't understand and we can't see and we can't touch and we can't feel. So we've been down here. We took all the videos. We did everything to really make it easy for an investor to pull the trigger on this. Because once again, you can always take a trip down there, and we'll talk. We are going to be doing an investor trip. So make sure you ask your agent or broker about the investor trip coming up in May. But here's the deal. You probably don't want to wait till May because prices will have gone up. I'll show you that in a second. So once again, pre-construction is a huge opportunity here. You put your deposit down now, they build it over the next couple of years, and you get that equity over time. But obviously, as they continue to sell units, they will continue to up the price. So if you wait, you're going to get a higher price for the same unit. Okay. So the quality area is excellent. I won't go through all these videos all the way, but I want to show you just some of, kind of what this looks like. So if you look and you see, we're kind of standing on the roof here with the drone. while we're down there. And we're just showing you some existing projects. Everything we're going to talk about today is pre-construction. I can't actually show you those buildings, but I can show you what this developer has built. And this is one of their major planned communities called Cocotao. It's one of these great resort style communities that has single family homes, villas, condos, massive amenities, golf courses, golf club, everything. It has everything, right? Beach access, all of it. So I just wanted to show you that this area is an incredible area. This is not a place that you drive down one street and it looks beautiful, and you drive down the other street and it's like the hood, or it looks terrible. Everything in this area, in this particular area where two of the projects are, this particular area you've seen here is called Playa Bávaro, and this beach town is just, I didn't see a building there that was over 7 or 10 years old. I mean, everything is new. There's development there. There's restaurants. There's entertainment. You can feel safe walking the streets. It's amazing. Okay. I'll show you another video here. This is in the same area, Playa Bávaro, and these are some other developments. That first picture I showed you, me and Deontay, we were actually walking through this complex you see right there below you. But just to show you the area, that everything here is beautiful and new and safe. And there's plenty of stuff to do. But the cool thing is that these projects all have their own built-in shopping, entertainment, and commercial areas as well. So every time they build one, they add even more stuff for you to do that you can just literally walk out your door and do. So as you can see, this is an incredible area. You're not looking at, run down places or anything like that. This area is top notch. Okay. So another video here, we were able, last time we were there, they were just finishing up this project you see in front of you. So, but this is sold out. Once a project is almost built like this, they've already sold out. And this is why, once again, time is of the essence. We buy pre-construction to get the equity over time and just to make sure we can get in a project. The first 3 projects we launched have already sold out. So if you go on our website and you see those 3 projects that we initially launched, you're going to see that they're already sold out. Everything the developer told us was going to happen happened. They said, you got to get in now or these things go quick. And so make sure that you get in on these projects. And we'll talk about it in a second, but there's something called the fly and buy program. So if you do want to go there and you want to go there ASAP, you're like, dude, I have to put my eyes on it. We can set you up and you can head down there and take a trip, and they will actually reimburse you up to $2,000 that you spent on the trip and take that off the price of your unit if you buy when you go down there. So just something to think about. Okay, so you've seen the area, looks great. Let me talk to you about the next point framework, which is the quality of the developer. So this developer is the #1 trusted developer in Punta Cana. These guys have been here for 18 years. This is an Italian-owned company. So the heads of the company are from Italy, and they've been doing this for years. They've done it overseas, but they decided, 18 years ago that they were going to focus on the Dominican Republic, and they have just been crushing it down there, building development at the development. And they're just 5-star top-notch developers. And this is really, really important. Okay. You want to work with somebody who knows how to build, who knows how to deliver a quality product and has a great track record. Okay. So the next thing is the quality of the people. So, the people that you work with the developer. So the people on the right, you see the one to the far right is Barbara. She's the director of sales. She's incredible. She met us down there. She told us a story of the whole place. She introduced us to the executives. And it was just a good vibe, because the other thing is you want to make sure you're working with a top-notch company and top-notch people. And we're super excited that they hit this point in our framework and that they're high quality people. The gentleman right to the left of Barbara is Luca, and that will most likely be your main contact at the beginning, depending on what language you speak. So if you speak English, we'll probably get you with somebody else. Luca speaks Italian and Spanish. So if you need English, don't worry, we're going to get you somebody who speaks English. If you speak Russian, we'll get you with somebody who speaks Russian, right? So there's somebody for everybody. But these are the 2 main points of contacts for us, and we're super excited to have connected with them while we were down there. Okay, so next thing is the quality of the construction. So just so you know, these guys build these properties to withstand hurricanes and earthquakes. So these things are built solid. They're built with cement block all the way to the top, reinforced. I mean, and what's cool is we got to see them pre-construction. So we actually see the walls. We see what they built them with. The quality of construction is excellent. But here's what you have to know. If you're worried about things like hurricanes, if you're not familiar with the Caribbean, right? Everybody worries about places like Puerto Rico that get hit really hard. Where the Dominican Republic is positioned, they do not get hit with hurricanes hard like all these other places in the Caribbean. So, especially here in this Punta Cana area, they're kind of shielded from that stuff. So, they haven't had a major one hit them in a very, very long time. And so, if that's something you're worried about, you should. Besides the fact that these are built to withstand anything, so you'll be fine. But just to let you know, it's not like a Puerto Rico where they get hit super hard with these hurricanes. It's just doesn't happen here. Okay, which is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, so when your agent connects with you on the three projects, you will be getting folders. They'll be sending you these folders, right? So just make sure that you look through all the folders. And if you want to, one really important folder, right? Which we're going to talk about the quality of the investment, you're going to want to look at profitability, this folder right here. What they've included in there is what I'm about to show you next, which is basically a breakdown of the income that you would receive based on very conservative occupancies. In this particular case, usually 60 or 65% occupancy, right? So what does that mean? They're basically basing the numbers on a low vacancy, right? So only, like, let's say your unit is only rented 60% of the time or 65% of the time. What can you expect to make, right? And I love that about them. Very few developers will actually give you solid numbers. Now, one thing you have to know is that this is not a place where you're going to be able to manage these Airbnbs or these short-term rentals yourself. Okay, they're going to do this for you. They hire a five-star hotel company to do everything. Why do they do that? To keep the quality of these complexes up to par, right? Because these are actually all these projects I'm going to show you are condos. And what you don't want is, everybody self-managing and everybody doing, some people doing a good job, some people doing a great job, and a bunch of people doing a terrible job, because it brings down the value of the entire complex. So we make sure we keep it with this five-star company. Do you make a little less profitability? Of course, you're going to have to pay the management company. But what I love about what they're about to show you is that the returns are still stellar, right? Here in the US, I can tell you that I get asked for, hey, if I can get a 7% return, a 6% return, 6.5% return, people would be happy with that. So let me show you what these profitability estimates look like. So basically, it's like this. If you look at net profitability, you'll look in the property values here. So here are the prices of this particular project here. They obviously, the prices will change with every project, but it's easy to see with these kind of pastel-y green columns here, right? Right here are the prices, and right here are the returns, right? And here's your net annual income, right? And if you guys are seasoned investors and you use the term cap rate or ROI, return on investment, you just have to divide the net annual income by the purchase price to get this percentage here. But here's an example here where if you buy this $325,000 unit, they show you all the expenses that you're going to pay right here. And then what your net income will be. So in that particular unit, your net annual income is $24,000. So if you were to divide $24,000 by 325,000, you would get that 7.42% return that you see right there, right? And like I said before, they're basing this particular estimate on 65% occupancy. So if your unit was rented only 65% of the time, I can tell you that's not what they're averaging. Okay, so it's very important that you understand that. So they give you all the numbers here. They give you the gross annual income, your annual expenses, which are all itemized over here. Here's all your annual expenses. They put them all here as a total. Here's what you're going to get net annual income, and here's what your returns are, right? So just so you guys know how that works, I can tell you 7.75. I get people all the time in the US asking me for 7% cap rates or up, right? And so if you're somebody who's like, yeah, but I want to do a multifamily investment, right? I'm looking for a duplex. I'm looking for a triplex. I'm looking for a quadplex. If you're looking for a quadplex, buy 4 units here. You're getting those same kind of returns, right? So, or buy a unit to each one of these different complexes and kind of diversify. But regardless of the fact, if you're into multifamily, just buy multiple units. Matter of fact, in the DR, unlike the US, oftentimes there's restrictions on how many units an investor can buy in a certain project. There's nothing like that here. So if you went to the developer and said, you know what, I want to buy this entire building with 30 units in it. Well, guess what? You just bought a building in that complex and you have a multifamily investment there. So keep that in mind. You will see this in your profitability folder. Here are the net returns, and they're strong. You see that they range from about 6% all the way up to 7.75%. Okay. I mentioned several times that time is of the essence. Okay. Why is that? This is pre-construction, meaning the earlier you get in, the earlier you put a deposit in, the sooner that you lock in your price. So as things continue to increase in price, your same unit could be worth 20, 30, 40, even 50%, let's say, more than when you actually put your deposit down and you haven't even closed on it. Okay. This I put in here because one of the projects that I'm going to show you is called the Reef. And this is actually increasing by 10% on March the 1st, 2022, right? So I'm saying that because you might listen to this video after. And if you were listening to this video right now and you were to put a deposit down today, you would make 10% on your investment in just a week or so, because the prices are going up by 10% on the units in the Reef. Okay. Time is of the essence, right? If you can't make it down there, I would suggest at least taking something out of inventory and giving yourself a few weeks and take a trip down there if you need to. But I'm telling you, we've been down there. Part of the reason we went down there, so you wouldn't have to, right? You'll go down there eventually, obviously, but make sure you get in on this opportunity. Okay. So let's talk about tax advantages real quick. So here are the major tax advantages you're going to get for investing as a foreign investor into the Dominican Republic. I already mentioned that you will also get a chance to get dual citizenship or get citizenship in the Dominican Republic if you buy something that's $200,000 or up. Okay, so that's a really cool thing. But for tax advantages, there's something in the Dominican Republic called a transfer tax. It's 3%. So basically think of it like closing costs, right? There's a 3% charge on the purchase price. So you will not have to pay that as a foreign investor. So you will avoid this 3% tax that everybody else pays, but you will not. Okay. Another thing that you're going to get to avoid is basically what would be the equivalent of a property tax. So in the Dominican Republic, what they do is they charge you 1% every single year based on the difference between 140,000 and what you bought your unit for, right? So they kind of give you that $140,000 leeway, but let's say you buy something for 200,000, right? So they're going to take the difference between 140,000 and 200,000, right? Which is 60,000, and you'll be paying 1% every year property tax on that. Obviously, you'll be paying higher tax the higher the prices of the unit that you buy. But here's the cool part. As a foreign investor, you're going to avoid that for 15 years. You won't have to pay that property tax for 15 years. Okay. And if you at some point want to sell this to somebody else, okay, if you buy this under the name of a company, you can always just sell the company to somebody, right? And you can transfer this 15-year, the rest of the 15-year leeway for the 1% property tax to the next owner. Okay. So once again, to recap, here are your two tax advantages. Number one, you're going to avoid basically closing costs or transfer tax of 3% on the purchase price, and you're not going to pay the 1% property tax for 15 years based on the difference between 140 and whatever you buy it for. So whatever that difference is what they charge you that 1% on. You will not pay it for 15 years. Okay. So here's where the three projects are, just so you get a lay of the land. This is the Dominican Republic. Obviously, two of the projects are over here close to Punta Cana. So you're probably about the Punta Cana airport's right there. So you're no more than 25 minutes for either project. Actually, this project here, you're about 12 minutes. This project down here would be Harbor Bay, which I'm going to talk to in a minute. This one would be here would be Atlantida. And this one over here is going to be the Reef. Okay, so you'd fly in for these two, you'd fly in right here to the Punta Cana airport. You're about 25 minutes from Atlantida, and you're probably about 12 minutes from Harbor Bay. Okay, over here in Las Terrenas, you're going to fly into a different airport. It's another international airport that's about 30 minutes away from the Reef over here. So just so you know, that, where you're going to fly into those two airports, easily accessible. I'm here in Orlando, Florida. Literally takes me about two hours and 45 minutes to fly to the Dominican Republic. It is super easy access. So just so you know that. So here is another kind of closer picture of, the two Punta Cana projects and how close the international airport is. So you guys know that. Okay, so here's what you got to know about the three projects. Okay, all three will be completed in December of 2024. Okay, so all three of these I'm going to explain will be completed in December of 2024. Okay, the next thing you got to know is you want to know what the HOAs are. The cool thing is about the HOAs is that they don't really fluctuate much. It's not like in the United States where these HOAs tend to just continue to increase all the time. The HOA will be $1.50 per square meter. Okay, so obviously square meters is a different thing. I'll show you how to kind of take a look at that. They do their thing in square meters, but it will only fluctuate up to a max of $2 per square meter. So the max that you're going to pay is $2 per square meter. Okay, so I'll show you how to calculate that once again. The next thing you have to know is that they all come furnished. This is the first time the developer has done this. All three of these projects are going to come furnished. So you're talking about these packages are usually $35,000 furniture packages, sometimes more. And that's coming included with your purchase price. You're not going to have to furnish these units. They will come furnished. The first time they've ever done this. So make sure you take advantage. Okay. So you want to look at what the furniture and their furnishings, couches, beds, and everything look like. Here's what it looks like. They use very warm colors, clean, kind of clean look, nothing too crazy, right? That fits every kind of style. So this is what their stuff looks like. The furniture packages look like, so you can get a sense. It'll be something very similar to this. Okay. Here's what a kitchen would look like, right? Here's what a bathroom would look like. These are just two side-to-side pictures, just so you know they're not like a bathroom and a kitchen side to side. But this is what it would look like there. They tend to have bigger kitchens than normal units have because the Italian owner of the company likes cooking. So he always likes to have a bigger kitchen in his units, and he also likes big bathrooms. So you're going to get nice spaces there. Okay. Once again, this is what it kind of looks like here. Fantastic. Bedrooms, kitchen. You get the picture. Okay. Let's talk about payment plans. Okay. Let's talk about how you pay for these units. Okay. So regardless of the fact, you're going to have to have some cash available up front, minimum 20% deposit at contract signing. You're going to put down $5,000 to $10,000 initially to take this unit out of inventory. Okay. And then within the next 30 days, they're going to present you with a contract to sign, the purchase contract to sign. At that point, you will be giving them a 20% deposit. Okay. You have to have a 20% deposit or you can't buy these. Matter of fact, if you're a cash buyer over time, you're probably in the best position you can be in. They do offer financing in the Dominican Republic. It's usually 25, 30% down, 35% down. So you still have to put a pretty big down payment. They do offer it, but here's the deal. These are all pre-construction and the developer requires you to pay them deposits over time anyway. So the advantage of financing is really more at the end to pull cash out versus financing at the beginning. Because remember, these are going to be completed in December 2024, right? And as you can see with these payment plans, right, the standard payment plan is pretty simple. You put 20% down at contract signing, and then over the next couple of years as they build, you'll give them payments of, let's say, 6 payments of 10%. Now, that's an easy way to kind of picture it, but you can always work with the developer. If you need to pay them, a little bit later, a bigger chunk then, a lesser chunk now, whatever. In this mid portion, there's a lot of leeway as far as deposits are concerned. This 20% initially is non-negotiable. You have to have 20% at the beginning. How you pay in the middle is negotiable. There's some leeway there. And then finally, when it's about to be completed, you give them your last 20% because you're already up to 80% at that point, and then you bought it cash. Now, if at that point you want to get financing and pull 70% out, if you want to do that, you can do it, but just expect to pay this over time. But here's the cool part is that you don't have to have all the money now. You just have to have the 20% now, right? So if you have the 20%, over the next couple of years, you can figure out how to get the other 60% over to them, right? And that's the kind of the most liberal plan there. Some people actually want to spend more cash now, and they have plans for that too. You could do 50% right now, 30% in the middle, and then 20% at the end. Or if you're like, hey man, I got a big chunk of cash right now, I want to put it into these properties, bam, go ahead and put the 90% and just give them the 10% at the end. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense there. Okay. The project here, this is the first project. It's called Atlantida. Okay. This is a really, really cool project. Okay. This was based on the lost city of Atlantis. So they have a really cool video where they kind of show where they got the concept from, but this is kind of the lost city of Atlantis, like coming out of the ocean, right? And this is amazing complex. It's one of the biggest projects they've ever done. It's 535 units. And it's super cool. So look how it's building with these rings, right? Everything is connected by pool, right? So it's supposed to be kind of like an underwater oasis type of place, right? So what you see in the middle here is the beach club. Okay, so there's a beach club in the middle, and there's 2 circles that run in the middle. And these units, the top floors of these units all have rooftop terraces. And we'll go through that a little bit more in a second, but this is what the project looks like. This project is about 6 minutes from the beach, so it's not right on the beach. I'll show you where it's at. So here's where the project's going to be at. This is Playa Bávaro. Once again, I've been to this area. Nothing but new buildings, restaurants, cool stuff to do, feels safe, walkable. A lot of these projects you see over here are projects that this developer built, but there's multiple developers in the area, and all the buildings are beautiful. The restaurants are incredible, stuff to do. So I just want you to know that, so you know that you're not buying in an area that you would walk out the door and be like, screw that, I'm staying in the resort, right? No, this is a place you want to go out to. You want to head to the beach. You want to walk the streets, right? And it's going to be right here in this area. So you can see how close you are to the beach. And once again, Atlantida is the project that would be up here. This is the Punta Cana area. This would be the project that would be up here. Okay, so this is kind of an aerial satellite view of it. So Atlantida would be here, what you see here, and then bam, there's the beach right there. So you would basically come out the street, head right down to the beach, and you'd be right there. So super close to the beach. This is what it looks like, man. This is super impressive. 4-story building. You see that there's rooftop terraces here on the top floors. This view here is actually of the beach club. So this is that center of the circle, right, that I showed you. So imagine having a unit here, literally walking out your balcony, hopping into the pool over to the beach club. I mean, I can't even imagine, but this is the kind of stuff they build, and I've seen it in person, guys. This is the real deal. Okay. Some more renderings here. You can see that these guys come with some jacuzzis, okay, which is super cool. I'll show you that in the pricing sheet in a second. But this is a really, really cool project. All of these have these little kind of jacuzzi pools right in front of their units. You can see them up here. You can see them up here. So super, super awesome project. And you won't believe the pricing when you see it. Here's a view from one of the balconies. Just an incredible, incredible project. Another rendering there. I mean, imagine that. Bam, you're just laying right there in your little walk up area and then hop right into that pool. All right, so here's the prices. I told you probably wouldn't be able to believe it, but they start as low as 139,000, okay, for a 1-bedroom unit, and go all the way up right now to 560,000. I say right now because depending on when you're listening to it, prices will go up. Returns will still be strong, but you have to know that the sooner you get in on this, the more equity you're going to make. Okay. And the better your returns are going to be. That's bottom line, but it's still these prices and these projects, you can't find, I don't know where you can find this anywhere else for these prices in an area like this. You're basically buying in paradise. So here's where you're at, 139 to 560. Obviously 560 would be like a 3-bedroom on the top floor with a rooftop terrace. All right. So these are like the Mac Data units of 560 in this place. So if you can afford that, I'd hop on that now. Okay. All right. Next thing to look at. Okay. So let's look at the pricing sheet so I can show you a few things. Okay. So when you're looking at the pricing sheet, couple of things to notice. Okay. Number one is, obviously there's a price here. You'll see some of them are already reserved. By the time that you get connected, right, when you talk to your agent or your broker, and you get connected with the salespeople, with the developer, this is subject to change. Some of these might be reserved already. You'll see on the pricing sheet, some of them are already reserved because it's already started, right? So notice that. You'll see here where it says jacuzzi. Obviously, they speak Spanish in DR. So if it says jacuzzi and C, that means it has a jacuzzi. So very good to look at that. Most of these do have a jacuzzi, okay? So just notice that they do stuff in meters squared, okay? But they also translate it into square feet. So this particular unit is pretty Mac Daddy unit, a 3-bedroom, 525, has a jacuzzi, 3,100 square feet total, 292 square meters total, and it actually breaks it down over here. So for the common areas like balconies and terraces and stuff like that, and then the actual living space of 252, right? So here's where I'm going to show you how to calculate your HOA. So you're going to take this number right here, this 292.74 meters squared, your total meters squared, or your total your total square footage is here, but take your meters squared. When you multiply this by 1.5, right, $1.50, you will get what your HOA fee will be. Once again, it might fluctuate in the future, but the max will be $2. So if you want to be super safe about calculating your numbers, just multiply whatever this is by 2, and that'll be your HOA fee. Okay. So from $1.50 to $2, that's how you'll calculate it, and that's how you'll know what your HOA is. And the cool part is it will not change. It's not going to be going up every year, right? The max will be $2 per square meter. So that's a big deal. That doesn't happen every place else, and that helps you do your numbers accurately. Okay, next project is called Harbor Bay. Harbor Bay is in that same Punta Cana area. I like to call this more of a bougier project, right? This is a project, a higher end project because it's located right on the ocean on a marina. So this is great for people who have boats and yachts and people who like to play golf and even polo. I mean, this, you'll see in the brochure everything. I'm not going to go through it all. I just want to kind of give you the sense of, where these projects are at and what you're going to see in these projects. But this is obviously, you can see there's very, very clean lines here. This is a kind of an upscale project, incredible amenities, restaurants, all that stuff. Beach clubs, all that good stuff, polo, golf. But this is perfect for somebody who's, wants a more luxury product, wants to be on that marina where the boats are. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So here's where the project is right here. Okay, so everything's pre-construction. Once again, the sooner you get in, the more equity you make, right? So this one will be right here, Harbor Bay. You can see this beautiful marina. This is actually Cap Cana Marina. It's very, very well known. Once again, this project is maybe 12 minutes from the Punta Cana airport. So incredible beach access, boating access, golf, polo, all that stuff that I mentioned before. Just want to give you a sense of what it is. Here's what kind of a rendering of the project from the satellite view. This is what it'll look like, kind of this M shape here, and the marina and all that. So you can get a feel for that. And then some renderings, always fun to look at renderings, right? This is from the pool area there, right in front of the building. Here's a view from one of the units looking out to the marina. And once again, taking a look at this, this is what the pricing sheets will look like. I showed you this one so you could see that I showed you some of these that are 3-bedroom and 2 bedrooms. This one is actually a 6-story building. The first one I showed you was a 4-story. This is actually a 6-story building. So if you get one on the roof or on the top floor, you're going to get that rooftop terrace. And I want you to notice that. Look at all these terraces. You got a 1,200 square foot terrace, 1,100 square foot. Look at this one, 1,400 square foot terrace. So rooftop terraces are super cool. So no matter what building you decide to buy in, having a rooftop terrace is always an incredible option. And they usually will pipe those for a bathroom and an outdoor grill and things like that. And you can request that they build those out for you, but they will pipe them for that. Okay, so Harbor Bay, what's the prices? I told you this is more of a luxury product. So their lowest price is $415,000. Their highest price is $1.09 million. That would obviously be, top floor penthouse situation, looking at the ocean, right? So that's where it ranges up to the $1 million range, right? Now this one only has 186 units, so there is that kind of scarcity, exclusivity with this particular project. Okay, now this project here, I didn't even put the name on top. but it is called the Reef. Okay, this is the Reef. I love this project. This project is in Las Terrenas. This is the one that's kind of on the top of the island. It's on the top of the Dominican Republic there in a place called Las Terrenas. This is beachfront. What I like about this, this area is more like it's a less developed area. This is more like really a tropical feel, and they want to keep it that way. Actually, they're only building on 30% of the land that they bought to build on, and the rest are leaving that natural, natural gardens, natural foliage and landscape. It's going to be just a cool project, and I think you can get the sense from this picture that this is very ecological. And if you really want to experience that tropical kind of beachy, less developed feel, Las Terrenas and the Reef project is for you. Okay, so here's where the Reef will be. Right here, you can see this beach is freaking beautiful, right? And there's actually a walkway. I've talked to some of the residents in this area, and there's like a walkway that takes you all the way around this area. You can walk as far as you want down there. There's cool little beach bars and things like that, but it's definitely more less hectic, if you will. A lot of expats live in this area, and they love it. Okay, once again, another kind of satellite view of this. This is the kind of the rendering of what it would look like up top. And once again, they're going to leave all this stuff natural here. So you're not going to get a bunch of like buildings all around you. I love this because it feels secluded. It feels natural. It feels like you're in nature, and you're obviously on a beautiful private beach. Okay. Here's some great renderings. Here's a look from one of the what looks like one of the rooftop areas, looking out to the private beach. Just beautiful. Very natural. They put in like this kind of natural pool, so it kind of looks like a river, but it's a pool. So everything's very ecologic, very natural. Another rendering here. Really awesome units. You can see that some of the top floor units. So this is actually this project is actually only 3 stories. So if you buy on the 3rd floor, you get the rooftop, and you have the option of putting these little pools up there on the rooftop, which is awesome. Okay, so you can see that here, those little rooftop pools up there. You get a 3rd floor unit, you get that rooftop terrace. Just really cool. I really like this. It kind of shows you the layout. So this is going to be down here is where you're gonna actually see you're going to be oceanfront here, and it shows that there's a hotel on the property. You're going to have some of the the more expensive units up here that are right there next to the beach. Right, you got a beach club, you got private villa, you got a natural pool, which I showed you, kind of that river looking type of pool. You've got more condos back here. You've got parking. You've got a shopping area back here, and then this ecological zone, fruit forest and ecological garden, which I think is awesome, and a sports zone for sports fields and ecologic trails. So if you're into athletics and working out and all that stuff, you got it all here. I love this project. This is more me, but all these units are incredible. Like Atlantida, Harbor Bay. It just depends where you want to buy, what area you want to be in, and a lot of it depends on where you want to visit, because a lot of you guys will be visiting these areas. Okay, because that's part of the point of it, right? You're gonna have it as investment, but you're also going to use it for yourself. So you want to make sure you buy. If you're going to use it for yourself, buy an area that that you think is great for you. What are the prices? The Reef, they start at 260,000 and go all the way up to 725. And that's of right now. I showed you that graphic. Prices will be going up 10% on March the 1st, 2022. So if you hear this, make sure that you get in early. And even if it's after March 1st, don't wait for another price increase. Let's make it happen, right? So there's 435 units in this project, just so you know. And once again, ask your agent or broker about a trip that we're planning on May 12th to the 16th for basically agents, brokers, and their investors to come down and take a look at the project. We'll have an entire agenda set up. You'll be able to tour some of the projects that they've completed already. You'll be able to experience the areas. We'll have a whole thing set up. You'll get special presentations developed directly from the developer. So this is just something that you guys are going to want to take advantage of and make sure you contact your agent or your broker. I hope that this has been valuable and it kind of gives you a better picture. Once again, your agent and broker will give you those folders I talked to you about so you can look at everything, all the brochures, all the floor plans, the pricing sheets, and all that stuff. But this is just to kind of give you a story and a picture of why we're focusing on this area and why it's important for you to get in now.
All right, guys, so what did you think about that video? It's jam-packed full of information. I know it's a lot to take in, but if you have any questions about anything, you can comment them down below or reach out on text. You can give me a call or send me an email. It'll be below. That way we can connect and you can kind of explain what your concerns are, or if you want to connect with me and my team, we can connect you with the sales reps we have, with our contacts over at the developer. If this DR opportunity is something that you see yourself wanting to take action on. Now keep in mind, these properties are selling extremely quickly, so if you enjoyed what you saw with those 3 projects in the video, make sure to reach out by text, call, or email, and we'll connect with you. Text is probably best, that way we can just see it as soon as possible. It won't get lost in spam with email. But yeah, so just reach out. My name is Andrew Sweet. This is living in Orlando, Florida, but we also branch out into other areas. I like to bring you guys as much value as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and press the notification button, and I'll see you on the next one.